It's 11:30 at night and I cannot sleep, so I'm going to answer some questions that I got on some of my videos. So if you guys click on this comment, it will take you to a video of my son. It was like his progress update 5 months post stem cell treatment. If you guys are unfamiliar, my son is named Oscar. He is almost 4 years old and he was diagnosed with level 3 autism. At 22 months of age, he went from being or presenting neurotypically to severe like regression, and like went from like talking 20 to 30 words to completely mute overnight. It was quite a shock to us. Anyway, so we've kind of been going to the ends of the earth trying to figure out what we can do to help his quality of life. It was really hard watching him be able to like communicate like open this, yes, no, those kind of things, to being like almost essentially like trapped in his own body. It was just like this constant like moaning and crying. Anyways, really hard as a parent, and I could care less about quirkiness. I could care less about like processing like sarcasm and things like that. It's more about like him being safe as an individual, like socially knowing like who's supposed to be changing my diaper, who isn't, is someone a predator, are they not, is this person safe, or if he got lost in a grocery store, could he at least say like who he is, who his parents are, or anything like that. That's kind of where we are concerned, and that's what we would like to see help with. Anyways, if you guys look at this update, it is night and day difference. Round 1 of stem cells was amazing. The only reason we're not going back to this clinic is because the flights were too expensive when we looked. We looked a little too late, and so we're going next week, and we found a clinic where the price of treatment was a little bit more. And I actually put a form in my page, so I have like a little like domain that my assistant manages, but I just put it at the top because she's not working right now. Anyways, I tried to do it myself. I don't know if it's going to work, but I tried to list for you guys like the pricing, and you guys got to keep in mind that like every patient, every like diagnosis and all that kind of thing plays a factor in like the quoting that they'll probably provide you, I would think. But for ours, it was for like a 3.5 to 4-year-old boy with level 3 autism. I don't think gender really matters. But as far as the rest of it goes, most of them asked for his weight. And so obviously there's a few other factors, but I want to kind of show you guys like what everyone quoted us so you can kind of tell like which one's most expensive, which one's cheaper. I also put in the form like what came with it was housing included, because in India it was, in Cancun it wasn't, but apartments in Cancun are really cheap. In India they're harder to find, and so I think that's why it was included in the hospital's bill. Anyways, and then I also did like obviously the cost of the treatment, but like whether or not housing was included, whether or not food was included, and then I didn't put flights because obviously they're going to vary for everyone. But yeah, if you guys click up here, it'll show you like the difference from like round 1 of stem cells. Again, the only reason we're not going is because the flights ended up making it the exact same price. So Mexico's a little bit more expensive for treatment, but way cheaper flights, at least for as like quick as we wanted them. Like we decided to do this like last month, maybe not even a month ago. Like it was pretty quick. We knew we wanted to, we just sucked at planning, and here we are. Anyways, but this clinic did actually, like, their business originated in India, and for some sort of like ethical science or maybe like advancements in science, they decided to move to Mexico because it was more, they kind of said it was almost like this would work better. But obviously we haven't been there, so we don't know. But we were really impressed with round 1, which can't really trek all 4 of us over to India, require someone either to watch our daughter or bring her with. And since the tickets cost thousands of dollars, anyways, that's why we're not going to India. We love India. The doctor, I would recommend him as a resource at all times. He never seemed like a sales pitch. He was just really good about like, here are the facts. Like if you want more, I'll provide them. If you don't, then I don't really care. He even like pulled his like medical certificate for me, his like licensing, all of the different like places he's been, because I was so paranoid going there because I've never been to India, let alone gotten medical treatment in a different country. Super weird, but it was super cool, and it's obviously worked. The only thing we're looking for in this round, they say to wait 6 months, at least our doctor told us in India, wait 6 months before doing another round of stem cells, because some of the benefits you can see up to like 6 months post treatment. He said, honestly, it's like a domino effect. When you can fix, like, let's say you get them to sleep better at night, then like ABA therapy is more effective. Let's say you get their gut health correct, and so they can actually eat whatever, so they're not always hungry. It's kind of like when in school, like before taking the ACT or the SAT, they tell you to eat, they tell you to do all these things, so that way you're not just like completely distracted from the test at hand. So kind of similar things. So hopefully every treatment can kind of fix those things. The main things from that video, from like the first like round of stem cells, was behavior was huge. Less hyperactivity, way less. Like I'm talking like no more eloping, completely like just like content, not like trying to regulate constantly. Diet was a really good one. He had so many food aversions. He would puke like 7 to 10 times a day, but now he doesn't puke anymore. That's awesome. He'll try new foods. He's not like give me all the green beans. No, but like he still won't like puke when he watches someone eat. It's insane. And then sleep was a huge one for us. He constantly like had like weird sleeping behaviors where it was like 3 to 4 hours, wake up for 3 to 4 hours, take a nap for 3 to 4 hours. And I mean, it was constant. We just remember hearing him do cannonballs in his ball pit in his room between like 1 and 4 a.m. every night. Anyways, all of these different things, really amazing. We've loved everything. The communication's huge. Huge improvements, but not vocal improvements. So yes, he parrots and like they call it echoic behavior, really great. That's improved, but not like independently. He only says like they like plethora, like he has like a word bank that he knows and he'll say those independently, but we want even more. We want more advancements. We want to see it faster, I think. But essentially like he'll now point to things. He'll hand lead, which are things that he didn't do prior to this first round. So those are really huge for us just because it makes it so much easier. Like we know what he wants. Before it was just like moaning. It was like he could talk and then he couldn't. It was the weirdest thing. Like as a parent, it's like you don't expect that coming. Anyways, but yeah, if you guys want to check out the progress update, you can click here. And then if you guys want to see like the cost breakdown and like the clinics that we like interviewed, because I did interview like, I think like 50 clinics just to figure it out because it was all new. It's not offered here in the States. The FDA hasn't approved it yet. I know that RFK Jr. in his position says that he's going to bring it to the States, but that's probably years out, honestly, like just being realistic. And I think it's more important to get the therapy sooner than later, but that's just my opinion. I obviously don't know. I'm not a doctor. But anyways, yeah, I do have that in my bio if you guys want to see it. But anyways, that's just my 2 cents. I'll keep trying to answer questions until I think I need to go to bed, which honestly was probably an hour ago, but yeah.